Uro, what up, Chaos? What up, Anachromium? DJ, why are you leaving? So I'm thinking about doing one seed. Probably an insane seed. Trying to think of some fun settings. Yeah, today's gonna be a shorter stream. That is because Aussie versus Oats, 3 p.m. Central. So this is gonna be a pretty short stream. Go in Oats chat and go, actually, you're playing at 4 p.m. EDT. What do you mean? That is in like 2.5 hours. So this is gonna be a really short stream. Oh. Why don't you tell him that? But I think that'll give me time to do an insane challenge. I am gonna start playing a few more. Now that the tournament is going towards the end, I'm going to start playing some more insane level seeds. You wanna get banned? Okay, how would you feel if I just copy and pasted your message with your title? What up, Lopter? Okay, I'll do that right now.
Oh, there's the music. The whole stage? Oh, it's daylight time now. It's EDT now. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, but what if I overheat, Jordan? Whoa! Ew. Sorry, Anakin. Go on Oats' chat and go, actually, you're playing at 4? Yeah. Who's even doing comms for this?
You didn't sound super happy when you said that. I think we would have done comms for each other, but it was just kind of sudden.
You know, I'm not going to change it just to piss people off. All right, how much money do I win?
Okay. All right, what up, Lopter? What up, Hefe? What up, Didi? What up, Hokkaido? What up, Ninjo? Hope you get that thing working, Ninjo. Seals content and do comms here. No, I'm not gonna do that. SG also doesn't like SG doesn't like them being restreamed. Like, I could probably ask, but I don't really want to. I'm just gonna watch it. But I felt like I had to stream at least a little bit today because tomorrow I'm off. Sounds good, Didi. Steal from Oats. I mean, yeah, technically I could steal. I could just restream Aussie and Oats, but that's just a bad look. I'm not trying to do that. I think comms are Catlo Main and Draki, round 1. Braythorn, Wordsayer, then Nito, and Divine.
That's a lot of optimism.
I did an insane challenge yesterday with 30 minutes of grinding something in the practice round, and it took me 2 hours. I wasn't invited. They, I'm pretty sure they would have taken me, but I just didn't sign up. I think with the way that the comms are being done, I didn't really want to ask people, so I just didn't do it. Oats didn't ask me either. Yeah. I just didn't ask anybody. So I'll just let the people sign up. That would be kind of messed up. Because I'm just actively like screwing over SG. Would be kind of really messed up, I think. No, I think that's really messed up because I like the people at SG. Like, the people that run that are my friends. They've done so much help. You know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't find that funny. Personally. What happened in those matches? So game 1 was a very linear seed. And I forgot I had bombs. So I was actually ahead by like 2 minutes at the start. I think I would have won that seed. Basically at the beginning of the game, because I forgot I had bombs, I lost almost 5 minutes. Which is like, I can't, it was game over at that point. So I walked up to a room that I was supposed to go to get power bombs. And then I said, oh, I can't get through that room because I don't have a way to get through the bomb block. Because I forgot I had bombs. So I left the entire region.
No. Wrong way.
Exactly. I left wrong way. I left the entire region, got locked out, and went all the way back to the beginning. It was, and then, like, it's one of those things where I was like, this is really bad, but maybe the seed will get into a situation where you have, like, you know, lots of choices to make, but then the seed ended up being, like, extremely straightforward, so I was just like, I'm gonna lose. Like, once I killed the last boss and I knew where my other region was, I'm like, I don't think Nitro and I would have done anything different at this point, and there wasn't even, like, another choice to be made, because it was just a linear seed. So I was just like, I guess I lose this one. And then game 2, the best way to put it is game 2, like, game 2, Nitro kind of got lucky, and I got unlucky. Because I rewatched it, and I think a lot of people didn't understand what was going on. But basically, he went one way to Fantoon, and I went another way. And one of the reasons why he did that is because the first thing I noticed was there was a sandpit, and that sandpit was shaped in the form of being left sandpit. So I knew that, so I jumped down. I jumped down, and I got a super missiles out of it. And so I took the faster path to Fantoon, because there was a path to like, from the ship, you could go top left or bottom left, right? And it made more sense to go bottom left because it was level with the map. So that was a super door, and I got supers, and he did not. So he tried to go there, and then he got locked. He forgot why he didn't go there. It's because he got locked out, and then he went to the top because he was just like, okay, hopefully I can do this. I went to the bottom left, and that forced me to do a hell run that got me there with like 1 HP. And then I couldn't really do Fantoon. And then the other thing is, because I had super missiles, I had the option to revert and go get a map that was right next door. So that's what it kind of came down to. Because I had super missiles and he didn't, it led me to a different path, and that ended up completely destroying me. The super missiles were the key. We kind of like missed over that last time. But that's just kind of what happened. I think even if I had not gotten those super missiles and we did the same thing, he might have still beaten me. Because our playstyle was a little different. I was trying to be more aggressive on picking stuff up and he wasn't. And he would have gotten rewarded for that, so I think he would have still beaten me. But it would have been much closer. I did forget I had bombs. Yeah, that was bad. KFC Swain skin. No. I don't play League, bro. Mountain. What up? Yo, what up, Bukash? How you doing, man? Sorry, I probably read your message a little late. I hope you're still here. Nitro's pathing in game 2 wasn't perfect. But my pathing, but the way that it worked out for me, it was just already over. So both seeds were effectively over after the beginning of the game. My choice to get the super missiles basically ended me. And I don't think I made a mistake either. It's just, if anything, I think Nitro, it would have been better if he kind of recognized the sandpit and got that first. I feel like that's the better play. But it's just the way things work out. It's just map rando, right? Usually there's ways to make up time, but in those seeds, in the first seed, I couldn't make up any time. There was no way to make time. And in the second seed, I was on a path of divergence. And that path was just really bad. It was I was the worst path. It was the worst path. What do you think if you start all items, missiles plus PB? How fast do you think average time to clear the seed? Movement tech. Are we talking about hard tricky season 4? Oh, no map stations? I don't know. That I don't know. So the map stations don't work, but I could still, if I clear an area, I could still pause and look at the map, right? Like I can still look at the map, but no map stations, correct? Average time with all items. Average time. That one's kind of weird. Because, I don't know. 50 minutes? Maybe 50 minutes average? Maybe an hour. Because you just go really quickly. You don't think about any items, right? So you're saying like you just have like 100% loadout, right? Okay, I'm scrolling down. What up's 4? What up, Chozobozo? What up, Waternet? Just out here getting older? Yeah. Same here, Bukash. What up, Mercurius? What up, Rasama? Okay. Is HBJ hard to learn? You mean like getting across the moat? If so, then the answer is yes. It is hard to learn. Yeah, it's hard to learn. It's several quick movements in succession that are like two to 3 frame windows. It's tight. So it's not easy. So if the purpose is to just get across the moat, CWJ is probably easier to learn. It's harder. The window can be smaller, but like it's just a matter of pressing one button at the right time. Twice, I guess. What about Amoeba? No, Aussie plus Oats is happening soon. Which is why I'm going to do this one insane challenge seed and then probably raid out. Today's gonna be a short stream. But let's load this seed up. GG's. I mean, okay, so Nitro and I are friends. I'll just keep this in mind, right? We've raced each other for longer than Map Rando has been around. I think Nitro played well game 1. Nitro played well game 1, and then game 2, I think his playstyle was advantageous for it because he skipped some stuff in favor of majors. So either way, if I took the same top routing as him, I think I'd lose. However, he made a big spore spawn mistake. So I'd say game 2, he played okay. I think I played well game 2, but it was just a matter of a path of divergence. And the path of divergence killed me, basically. Because the subtlety that I think we didn't even talk about in the interview, the reason why he took the weird path to Fantoon that made it so he knew he can get out was because when I went into Norfair and we passed Batoon Hallway, I knew from the geometry of the ship, which was the next room, that the bottom right door was probably the farm sand room. So I went to the right door to check, and I saw that it was the bottom sand room, aka butterfly room. So then I knew it was left sand pit. So the first thing I did when I got to the ship is I went right away from the map, checked the room, sparked back up, dove the sand pit, got supers and space jump. And that caused me to go to the bottom left door, which was a super door, which was a red door that Nitro couldn't do. And that caused me to lose, basically. So we forgot about that fact because he was like, why didn't I go to the bottom left door? We didn't realize because we were looking at the map. We were like, why did you go to the top? I was wondering that too. Why did you take the top path? Because the bottom left was a red door and he couldn't go through. So he chose the top left door. So the single chamber route was because I could go into the single chamber route because it was the bottom left the ship that got to the single chamber door. And that was a super door. He didn't have supers because he didn't do the sandpit thing. So I knew that was left sandpit, so I dove it. Yeah, it's a subtlety. It's a very small subtlety. And I think if he dove the pit like I did, he may have done the same thing I did. I think he would have. I think he would have actually probably, I'm not trying to, diss, but I think he would have died at single chamber and then went back for Brinstar map. So I think we would have gone on the exact same path. Yeah, I think we would have done the exact same thing had he dove the sandpit like I did. I think if he looks back at it, I think he'd probably like the play that I did. I think he would do the same thing. Because we had no missiles, right? And the map was a little far away. And I was like, that's almost certainly a sandpit. So like, you gotta dive the sandpit if you know that it exists, basically. All right. I don't think so. I heavily disagree with that. I don't think that's aggressive. I think that's bad, in my opinion. I personally think that's bad. And let me explain why, right? Because Nitro couldn't consider this, right? But basically, the Brinstar map is 3 rooms away. You have to go 3 rooms to the right and you get the Brinstar map. So the way I see it is, the map in Norfair wasn't far. It was just difficult to get to, right? So the way I see it is, reset, get the Brinstar map that's literally right next door, probably get an E-tank and a missile, and then go back and kill Fantoon. That's it, right? It doesn't look like that was the plan because it worked out in a way where I got roped into doing everything else and losing, right? But like, basically, like, if you struggle to do one thing here and you don't know if you can even keep the Fantoon kill, and it was only 4 rooms away, then I think you revert to the ship. You just get the map that's 3 rooms to the right, right? It was extremely close. I think people didn't realize this, but maybe I could bring up the map actually. I think Nitro generated the second one. It was extremely close in proximity. I think because people were trying to figure out why I was doing the things they did, but I think they were probably looking at Nitro, so they couldn't see the full context of everything, right? I feel like I did everything. I think everyone, if you kind of looked at it from my perspective, would understand why I did what I did. I think it makes complete sense. But let me show you. Here, well, we'll go to the Chrome watch here. Boom. I think we can hide this, right? How do I hide the chat? Okay, so all right, so we have gravity and morph, right? I wanted to conserve some health, so I was doing this gravity jump, but it kind of screwed it up, right? So you see the map, right? So this is out of logic, but like naturally we're gonna try to get this so we can get the map, right? But if we ever find supers, like you see how it's so close, right? Yeah. So we try, it's spore spawn, so we can't get it, right? So we have morph, so the next thing we can do is here. This is literally the north for entrance, right? Oh yeah, you're right. It's not out of logic. Yeah, it's not out of logic. Either way, it doesn't matter. Okay. So we get this, and then the other top right entrance is a missile door, so we can't do that, right? So the next thing you check naturally is this door. And this is this. So I am extremely cognizant of the fact that it's very possible that this is a pit that has an item. I am very aware that this is possible, right? But you see how close this map is? And the ship is right here. So this is my revert. Right? So literally this is my revert, and you know how close the Bryn map is, right? Like you saw it, right? Yeah. But because, by the way, because I know the map is left, but the immediate first thing I do is check here to confirm that this is butterfly. Just to confirm. Yeah, I paused one more time because I thought this was gonna be butterfly, but then I was like, oh yeah. So just to make sure I know. Boom, instant revert. Go back up. I think Nitro would have, I don't think Nitro was thinking about this. I think he would have done the same thing. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. So revert, and then this is my downfall. Getting the super missile, which, you know, I think it's a good play. This is like really good for me, right? This is the logical. This is logic, by the way. So here's what happens. Oh god, I keep pressing 1. I'm trying to tap right. This is where it all goes downhill. So now we're seeing it from my perspective, right? Nitro cannot go through this door. So he takes the top route. Yeah. Nitro can't go through this door. When you go through this door, you collect this, and you try to get to this map, and this is it, right? So try to look at this from my perspective now, right? I got through with 1 HP. It's single chamber, right? Now this is where things get mad. So if you look at this, if you look at it from the perspective of both racers, you go, why don't you kill Fantoon here, right? However, I don't think that this is connecting like this, right? It heavily looks like this all connects together, right? Now someone was, Rocky was asking, right? It looks like this, right? This kind of looks like it might just do some stuff, and then maybe like it goes to the save, and then this is like isolated like that. So I'm kind of thinking it's like this, right? So from my perspective, since you can't go back this way, I don't even know if I can make it back here, right? So to me, there's a high likelihood I can't even keep the Fantoon kill, right? So I have to, the first thing I check is this. If this is a missile, then I kill Fantoon. But if this isn't a missile, I don't want to blind all these doors for the chance of getting a missile, then for the chance of not being able to get back, right? Because I don't know. But because Nitro found a path this way, he knows he can get back. So you hunt for the missile. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, Rocky, right? Yeah, so Amiibo, you know what's funny? When I came back here, I had 3 tanks, but I didn't want to take the heat damage. So I actually went this way. And you know what's really funny? This doesn't connect. None of this connects to these. This is all an isolated section. So the only way back is actually this way, which to me is insane. I couldn't believe it. This is actually, the tiles touch, but it's literally, this is like big pink. The tiles touch, but they don't connect. It's actually like this and like this. And then this is the path back. Yeah. So I basically, like, I didn't, you know, I'm expecting this to be the other path back, but for all I know, this is like more heat, right? And like, if I'm looking for a chance to kill, get information, and then maybe not even be able to get back because I find out that I'm locked here somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like Ridley's here or something blocking the exit path. But it's so different when you come from this path because you know you can get back. So from here, the best play is, okay, you know what? I have a chance of getting back. So you know what? If this is a missile, I'm still gonna do Fantoon because I definitely want the boss kill, but it was Spazer, right? So then from here, I think the very clear next best play is I go and get this map. It's right next door, right? 3 rooms away. It's extremely close. 1, 2, 4 rooms away. It's literally right here, right? Get the map, get some tanks, come back and kill Fantoon. It's right next door. If this map was far or something else, then I probably tried to figure out a way to do the Fantoon kill. But this is like, it's right there. Exactly. There's a major. So watch what happens, right? So here's what happens. It's literally right here, right? So 1 room, 2 room, 3 room, boom, free map, right? And then here's what happens. This is what happens. You can see what happens, right? What ends up happening to me? Yeah. This is like, in my mind, there's a high chance this is like straight up Varia, right? But the thing is, once you're here, you have to peek this. So basically the game is over when I choose to get this map. Now, you know, I think what I did was correct given everything that happened. I stand by it, but it also, I just lose. I don't think the Ridley placement influences too much. A little bit, but not too much. Basically, if you go to Meridia, the game is over. And if you're here, you have to go to Meridia. You have to at least peek it, and then if you peek it, you kind of... If this was Varia, and then I peeked it, and then I think I might just go back to Norfair, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah. I think once you get this map, which I think is the play to do if you're not, you know, you definitely do this into Meridia. So I think I just don't see a better way to approach it from my mind, from this perspective. But the big thing is if you get it all stems from me getting the super missile, right? Me getting the super missile makes me take this door. Makes me take this door. And then when I get to this door, the way that I am judging this map is there ain't no way I'm gonna kill this before getting the Brinstar map. But if you had done this and you knew that this connected, like there was this path was a thing, then you absolutely, like what Nitro did by not getting the sand pit, I think he did everything correct. And it was all the sand pit. It was the sand pit started it all. I think if Nitro did what I did and got the sand pit item, I actually think he goes on the exact path I did. I'm confident in saying that, actually. Because I think when he sees this map layout, I think he would also say, I could try to search for a missile, but the risk is really high because I don't even know I can get out. So I would rather then do the Brinstar map, which I know is really close. Maybe get a few tanks and then try this again. Do you wish you could have done the race another way? No. I think I'm happy with it. The first race is the only thing I regret is the first race where I actually played poorly. I played, okay, here's a better way to put it. I played well for 99% of it. And I think that 99% was good enough to beat Nitro, but I made one very, very big mistake, which cost me almost 5 minutes. And it was a really bad mistake. But other than that, I think I played it well. But that mistake was really bad. And that's like I definitely should lose for that mistake. It was a massive overlook. If Nitro dies, I think he goes to Bryn. The only reason he doesn't go back to Bryn is because he can't kill Spore. You don't really want to go for the Norfair map. You're doing it because you just got the save and you're like, I might as well see if I can get to it easily. So I don't think Nitro would do that. I'm confident in saying Nitro did the same thing. I think he would maybe die at single chamber. And if he didn't, I think he would, I feel fairly sure he would do the same thing as me. I don't think he would commit to the Norfair map. I would argue that's a bad play if you try to take the top route, personally. Because I think the thing is, like, there's a tendency to think that, like, if you go to Bryn, you're never gonna go back to Norfair. But the majority of the time, what ends up happening is you go to Bryn, you get like an extra tank, and then you go back to Norfair. That's the plan. That is the plan, right? You don't expect to necessarily do something else. And just because Meridia ended up being, you know, game over, doesn't mean that I regret that decision. I think it's the correct decision. But most of the time, you do Bryn, you just get like something, and then you go back to Norfair, right? I'm definitely thinking I want to go back to Fantoon ASAP.
Nice throw.
The pit was in logic. Yeah, the pit was in logic. So I would, it sounds crazy, but I promise you if Nitro is here, I think he would like, I mean, Nitro basically said he liked everything I did, right? I think most top players would agree with what I did, personally. Yeah, that's how I feel. I like how I played. And like I accept my losses, right? Game 1, I think Nitro played really well. Because I low-key felt like if I had gotten those bombs, I would have crushed him. But when I looked at the time loss, it would have still been close. I think I would have beaten him, but it would have been close. Meaning he must have played really well. Because I felt like I played really clean after that.
You're still the best.
What is Nitro liking? Oh, Nitro. Yo, thanks, Damacha, man. You know why? You know how you were saying, like, why didn't I take that door, right? I rewatched the VODs yesterday. So, I don't know if this was on your mind. But the reason why this all happened is because this happened, right? So we go into Norfair. And the moment I see the ship, I realize that there is an extremely high chance. I go right here because I know that there is an extremely high chance with the geometry that this is left sandpit. This is what ended me. This is literally what ended me. Because you see the geometry, right? Because I don't think you did this. Maybe you were thinking about it, but you didn't do it, right? I saw the ship. I'm like, oh, there's a 2x2 gap. So I verified that this was butterfly room, and then I immediately reset and I went to it. And why you ended up taking the top route is because I got a super and I got space jump out of this. And this was a this was a red door. Yeah. So this was a red door. That's why you didn't take this one. You remember how you were taking like, why didn't I not take the top left door? This was red. Yeah, yeah. So that completely changed the game. Yeah, right. It makes, because I was also thinking like, why did you take the top door? I was like, why'd you do that? Now we know. So Nitro, right here, here's what I'm wondering. This is what we're talking about, right? Let's say you die here, right? I think if you die, it's pretty easy. I don't know what you would think if you were in my position here with 1 HP, but let's say you were to die in single chamber. What's your play? With this is what the map looks like. Yeah, I figured you'd like what I did. I thought you'd like what I did. If you died in single chamber, I'm going to guess you go back and go do Bryn map, right? You don't push for this map, right? Because I already didn't even want to push for this, but I felt obligated. My movement wasn't super clean, but I didn't want to take off speed booster. If you took off speed booster, you could probably make it easily. But from my perspective, I think it's already debatable if you should go for this. I just thought like if it's a straight shot, frog speedway or something, this should be quick. I don't think so. I was telling D-Rocky that I don't think Nitro would take this top left door. Not if he dies. I think he goes right back to Bryn. I don't even know if you'd go for this map in the first place. Yeah, I don't even know if you'd even... I think it's already debatable for me going for this map in the first place. I was saying I think you go back for Bryn for here. If you were to spike the super, maybe even immediately. Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay, but that's not a good argument. For the purposes of, we're gonna assume that you're not, you didn't have a brain fart. We're gonna assume you didn't have a brain fart. You would go back for this. You would go back for this. Nitro forgot about this door. Yeah, that's true. That would have been funny. Okay, but you would have gone back for this. You would have gone back for this. Nitro did say he just forgot about this door existing. So at the end of the game, he actually killed Spore to get to this map. He didn't take this door. He just forgot about it. Yeah. Yeah. We were talking about this though. Like, I know he had a brain fart, but he would have won anyway. It didn't matter. Even if he got the map, it would have been fine. Yeah. I'm actually a little curious, Nitro. You even in this situation right here. If you died in single chamber, would you go back? You wouldn't go back to Bryn. You would, because at that point, I think taking the top room here. I know it's like weird to say, it's hard to like say because like we already played and we know that it connects, right? But like when I look at this, it literally does not look like if you see it from here, right? Doesn't it literally look like this is just like, it's like all like this? Which is crazy because this doesn't even connect. It's all locked out. To me, it doesn't. Because to me, if anything, it looks like it's going to be like a dead end. If anything, either that or that, right? This looks like a dead end to me, not a two-way save. Yeah, to me, this doesn't look like it. Like this to me just literally feels like it's gonna be like, something like this. Like to me, this seems like the very clear path to me. Something like this, right? This seems like very clear that it's like this. Yeah, yeah. That's why I think it's like whenever like you like it's always important to be able to see it from like someone else's perspective when they're playing it. Sometimes I have no idea like why Oates did something, but then I realized because he like took a certain door, like all the metrics are different, right? Like it just completely puts you in a different route. Yeah. 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 Nitro, if you're in this spot right here where I am, how do you approach this? From my perspective, I gun it for the map, and the moment I find out it's Fantoon, I'm like sick to my stomach, and I decide if this is a missile, I kill a ghost and then I go fight Fantoon. I kill a ghost for farm, fight Fantoon. I'm definitely not killing a ghost to hunt for missile from this position when the other option is Bryn. I think it was already debatable to go for this map when I can go back for Bryn, right? I'd actually be curious, Nitro, if you would have even considered going for this map first, or you just go straight back to Bryn if you had to remember the top right door. So would you have farmed a ghost and committed? So you would blind all the doors and then commit to the Fantoon fight? You would have to screw attack a ghost real quick for some health, just in case. Yeah. So from my perspective, it's either if you check one door, you check all the doors, right? But from my perspective, this is where I draw the line. This is the missile that I get. If this isn't a missile, I reset and go for Bryn, because I just don't think the value is there in blinding the missile when I could do this, right? That's how I see it. Because the idea is you get this, you get a tank, you get a missile, you go back and kill Fantoon. Yeah, Atmius, the thing is, like, the context of Nitro's thing is completely different. If I took the top route like Nitro did, I would blind a missile too. Nitro did absolutely nothing wrong. It's from my position, which is vastly different from his position. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, wait, I gotta stop yapping. I don't even have time to play this Insane Seed. I feel like this would be a good YouTube video. Having like actual graphics and stuff like that. Just having it like entertaining. I keep yapping about it, right? I think ultimately that's why the rando is cool. I mean, you know, I lost obviously, but like, you know, it's like, I think like the whole, how this all like happens and how your choices matter, like every choice makes a difference kind of, is like, I think it's cool. And obviously it's like, you know, sometimes you just lose because of it, but like, I mean, more often than not, right? The top players are winning because their choices on average are better, right? So obviously there's execution to it too, but like, it's not just execution. Okay, sorry, I've been yapping too much. I'm gonna try this Insane Seed. Let's do it. I'm playing an Insane Challenge Dev Seed. Am I insane? Absolutely. How none of my losses are deserved? Yeah. Yeah, the branching paths are completely different. Would you commit to it? Okay, so that's where you and I would just have a differing opinion. For me, the break point is when I have to search for the missile. And it's not because blinding the missile is bad. I love blinding for a missile for Fantoon. But it's in comparison to getting the Brinstar map, right? And so like, for me personally, I'll check the spooky missile door because it's a guaranteed item. But from there, you have to like, you don't want to go halfway with it, right? I'm like, am I willing to check every single door until I die and run out of options? Or do I reset right now and just commit to the Brinstar map? So I had a very clear like flow chart in my head. It's like, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, I'm gonna check that one item and then I'm gonna reset right now. That was my break point. So those are all very like personal. Obviously, I'm gonna feel like that choice is the best, but I had to think about it. So it's clearly close. It's clearly like close, right? People may have differing opinions there. I don't want to do the super only fight. Not when I don't know if I can make it back. If I knew I could make it back, I would maybe do the super missile fight. Yeah. So we know what was there in hindsight, but we're thinking about like, we have to think about how do you approach the worst case scenario? Are you willing to do the worst case scenario? Are you not? And how does that contribute to the math of you resetting and doing something else versus doing that? For me personally, when I added it all up, it made more sense to go back to Brinstar. Oh, I got a socket timeout. What the? Maybe I should downgrade this to an extreme challenge so I have a chance of beating it. Yeah, exactly, right? When I had to already pause and think for a second if I wanted to even try for the Norfair map when I knew I could get Bryn map. And I felt like I might as well just not think too hard, run to the left and see if it's free. And that kind of put me in that situation in the first place. Yeah. But I think the big thing here is, I feel like the perspective that people miss here also, right, is... I think people tend to think things as black and white, right? So like... It's also, I think, partially influenced by the fact that how it actually turned out, right? But you have to think of it from the perspective of like, oh, if I get the Bryn map, then I'm never going back for the Norfair map. The truth is, what usually happens is you get the Bryn map, you get a tank, you get a missile, and then you're prepared to get the Ren map. That's the whole point, right? I'm gonna go 3 rooms to the right so I can get a map to get some resources to go back to Norfair. And that's not gonna cost time. Where it goes off the rails is when there's a major by another entrance. And that happens, but a lot of the time you just get the map and then sometimes you outright win. Maybe you find isolated wreck ship and then Norfair connects. Norfair has a higher chance of connecting to more zones, right? So then there's a chance that you isolate something that's important in Brinstar and you never come back for it because you get roped into other stuff, right? So in the grand scheme of things, you have to think of it from the perspective of like, what's gonna give me the most value right now? And give me the highest chance of not having to like struggle in Norfair, right? Is how I'm seeing it. Spore, I don't know. I do not know. I might be willing, but I'm not sure. Why, are you trying to get me to mentor you? I would love to mentor you, Spore. Though, it's more of like trying to figure out how to like fit that in properly. I don't know if they have. I'm not like 100% sure if I would do that though, so. Okay. Yo, should I just play this on controller? Oh shoot, what did I do? Plug this into the wrong thing. Yeah, Nitro, that is why it's hard. But Spore is mechanically strong, so it would probably be fun to mentor him. That's the problem, Simo. I just don't think... I'm gonna be dead honest. I don't think there would be a lot of coaches. I know this sounds kind of like... I feel like something like that is something that like you would have to... It would be something that like a lot of the players would have to be like actively have wanted to like talk about and do for a long time, and then you start something like that. Otherwise, I don't think coaches will necessarily just sign up. Because I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't necessarily want to like coach like a completely random person. Be like someone that I've like known for a while, and you know, like Charles or something, right? I don't know. I don't know. It's some people wanted to just do it. So I've never heard anything about it until like it got brought up somewhere. Goodbye, Lynx. Get owned. Yeah, so I kind of feel like it's... If you were gonna start like a mentor tourney, I kind of feel like it's something that you need to probably talk over and get like a lot of people on board that are willing to coach. Otherwise, if it's like a sign-up thing, then it might just not like ever happen. Okay. Let's do this. All right, here we go. We are playing an insane challenge map, Rando. Now that the tournament's getting closer to the end, I'm gonna be doing some more of these. I know people like these like challenge runs. Yeah, so let's do it. I feel like the last one I did had a lot of fun tech. Let's see if this one does too. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Today might be a short stream, just letting you all know. It's going to be a short stream. I want to watch the Oates match. I gotta see who my next opponent is. Okay, I'm gonna reset. Grrr. Okay. Let's find my first progression item. Short scam stream. I know, I know. Okay. Let's go up the elevator and then we'll go to the right of ship. Oats waiting room? Kinda. Speed gaming waiting room. Hello, friends on YouTube. Okay. Okay. So chat, I've been working on the bomb hack video. I'm actually shelving it for now. And you know that last insane seed I did? I'm actually working on that. And I decided that makes the most sense right now because that's the most, if I can turn that into a long and it does like okay, I can cut that up into shorts. And that's like something I could just keep making, right? I could just keep playing those kinds of seeds and I could keep making content for that. It's the most like reproducible. Oh my god, this might be the CWJ. Yo, Navdi, are you here? Okay, it's not. It's like 3 a.m. for Nevdi. For some reason, I thought Nevdi was here. It's probably because Sforsanto said something about Nevdi. Zemo went right as ship. Nope. Okay, time to die. Interesting. No. It's because I was one time in a call with Nevdi and Zeb. And Zeb was showing me there's a CWJ that you could do in Metroid Room 1 backwards. Very specifically. And that isn't insane. So I thought there was a chance that would come up. Is the speed one an extreme? It might be a can flight now that you've seen that. Now it feels like it might be more like space. Okay. This is fun. Can I get all my ammo? Oh, you know what? The way that I did it was with morph. Lame. I definitely want all 5. Sick. No. Oh, I don't want to take that much damage. Oh, so maybe I should do a running. Maybe I should run in from this room. Okay, so I shouldn't take 2 hits. Maybe I could just shoot out all these guys. Okay. Okay, I've got a plan. I'm gonna shoot everything out. Wait. Oh, I was gonna say, did I check that door? It's the ship door. Oh, neato! I know why you think it's speed. I got a gate glitch you're thinking. I was thinking that you were thinking it was the spark up whatchamacallit. Dude. I was thinking you were thinking it was the spark up Mission Impossible. Bro, I actually cannot do the speed boost. The visuals for me are like all messed up. Those worms jump really fast. Also, did I open this door? Dude, I'm actually sick at shooting.
Nice shot.
Yeah, it's a specific speed. I kind of don't know where it is, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay. Mm-hmm. 34 tiles. You know, the problem is I can't figure that out with the slopes. Oh, this is just really bad. How trash is this? This is... Wow. This is like potentially omega trash. Okay. You know what sucks? You know what's really funny? So the reason why this was bad is because if that wasn't the speed booster specifically, and it seemed like I was supposed to get speed. The problem is the way that I expected you to get back was to do the gate skip without morph. And that would have been tragic if I had to do that. Okay, I have speed booster. I'm gonna re-enter this room. Do I have to open up that door again? Is this door open or do I have to open it up? Okay. It's kind of a scary sequence. You could lose everything so easily. There's a world where top rider ship is just open. I could also get through the hallway, but this ice is available. Okay. 32 tiles, huh? And then I have to jump in at the top? How does this work again? Okay, I got a reference. I have done this trick, but it was in Frog Speedway, and I had like a marker. So I like knew like where to stand. From landing site, okay. So in this one, he's... Oh, this one's interesting. Sam last frame jumped it? Okay. Yeah, yeah. If I remember correctly, this where you stand isn't super specific, but it's like really it's precise, but it's like not like pixel perfect. Okay, so this should be good. Back of that, lining up with the dark part. This is, for those who don't know, you can gate glitch from this direction. It is just, extremely precise. Yep, I've done it. Just not from these doors. I'm not sure what the window is. But there's actually multiple inputs through the door where you're holding jump down and angle up, and then you have to release angle. You have to release down and shoot. So it's not just the shot. There's actually multiple things that you're pressing. I can't go around. I don't morph. I wish I could. Oh, I think I was a little late. I was close though. The reason why this doesn't work in other games, the vanilla game, is there's no runway. Although I think TAS can do some sort of a manipulation to make it happen. Like really, really jank horizontal like manipulation. But it is like, that is like, it's super far from humanly viable. It involves like a lot of jank stuff. I'm trying to eyeball the pixels in this video to make sure that I'm like kind of lined up in the right spot. Just the way the game's coded, I think. Not 100% sure why. Yes, you need speed because you need to get a certain amount of speed where you teleport the missile on like the other side, essentially. How long do you hold? What are the more details here? Hold angle up through the transition, but also aim down. Is there a clear mistake that I'm making? Or is it just precise? I feel like I should have gotten it by this point. So I'm wondering if I'm doing something wrong. I think I should be standing on the right spot. That shot felt like it was late. Some of the other shots felt early. But the window should only be so small. This is frame perfect. So I think there might be 2 frame perfect aspects to it, which is the jump through the door and the shot. But then there's also like some smaller windows for the other buttons that you're holding. You're holding jump, which you know you just have to keep jump held, and then you're holding down, and then you're then breaking out of down with angle, and that timing is precise as well. I think I'll get it pretty soon. That felt late. That I broke out of my down press too early, so I bonked the ceiling. That's too early of a jump. I wonder if that would have still worked, because I cleared it. But maybe I don't have enough space to press down there. But if I jump early, then I probably don't have the speed. You have to have a very, very precise amount of run speed. Too early. Too early. Alright, I'm gonna get this. There it is. There it is. Okay. Alright, so immediately the first thing I'm thinking about here is... Well, actually I have speed, right? I just saved, right? Let's just get this real quick. This might just be a missile, but... Let's just double check. Yeah, it's just a missile. Okay. You know what's funny? That's a missile because that trick's too easy. Literally, it's a missile because it's too easy. Okay, but do it for fun? Nah, I'm good. Okay, so this is an extreme. So I'm gonna do this real quick. I have some options, but let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm stupid. Hi, Kiara. How's it going? Is it still going up? Okay, you need to send me graphs like every... Okay, baby seed. You need to send me graphs like every minute. Because I love seeing that information. You think I don't. And you don't think you're being annoying or anything, because I literally just want to see that stuff nonstop. What? There we go. Huh? I asked for more data. I mean, yes, I will. Updating me later. Later? Roar! Wait. Oh, no, I couldn't get that item. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm demanding information on Kiara's latest shorts because it's spiking up again. Upwards trending. Upwards trending graph emoji. Unnecessary save. Okay, so none of this is probably in logic, so I'm just gonna reset. Should I just dive for that? Probably not. Okay, well I have options. Should I go gate glitch again and try to get the map? Whenever I can get there without dying. Happy? We'll see. Oh god! Okay. Okay, free and free. Sick. Okay, so it's curving off a little bit. Look at audience retention though. Holy. Look at that big data. Chad, I think I need to pivot off of Super Metroid and just talk about general topics. Okay, so I just got a free morph for no good reason. Now what do I do? That loops into Norfair, doesn't it? So I can... Wait, but how would I get back out? No, so it doesn't. Okay, so...
Sup.
Yo, sup, Tickles? Just trying to figure out what to do here. Eh? Eh? I have ice, I have bombs. None of that connects. Is there some insane loop? No, but I'm not playing some crazy settings. I'm just playing expert. Okay, I'm gonna look around a little bit. What did I just get? Wait, I just got a map, right? I didn't get anything else. I have morph. I could bomb out that. Oh, I could bomb out that way. Okay, so we're gonna dive that. We're gonna dive that. Okay, sick. Almost died there. It's pretty cringe. Why would I be? I'm not toxic. What are you talking about? I am not a toxic person. I wouldn't do that in an MMO, okay? Whee. Hi, silliness. Am I gonna die? Ow. This is bad. What happens if I go on the left pit? Where is that gonna take me? That's gonna take me somewhere entirely different, huh? So I might have to go through right pit and do the two. I'm gonna have to look that up again. I don't see something? What don't I see? Okay, I'll go check. Hold on. Okay, let me check. Nope. I don't see anything. Not right now, I don't. I mean, I could like spike suit something, but I don't know right now. I don't have the information yet. Even Nitro knows. Huh. Hold? Free map? Free map, though. Should I peek this door before I get the free map? Because why not? Free gravity right here. Wait, hold on. So, I could probably get back from all of that with some kind of spike suit. But like, let's get this map first. What did I just get? Did I just get bombs? Hold? You guys are ready to play this for me to play this for an hour and then I just raid Oats? Oats and Aussie? Yo, we just kill Ridley? Huh? What? So, is this theoretically possible that it loops into Meridia? I don't think this is logic. Is there an ice clip that I can clip the crumble at the bottom of Green Brin Shaft? Because I know of a crystal flash clip, but can I do a perfect ice clip? Can I do a perfect ice clip? Like the frame perfect one? Okay. How do I do that? Do I jump? I freeze at frame perfectly. What do? Do I hold down? Land on it so I'm standing up or something? And then do I have to jump and hold down to crumble the block? If I break the block, will it respawn? This is pretty trash.
Greater than be Eddie, greater than do a short stream so you can watch the Oats map, greater than decide the best option for this is to do an insane challenge seed more than immediate punish.
I'm just not gonna finish it. How about that? Alright, this is gonna be fun. Okay, let me click that link. This is definitely get into a practice ROM situation. Do I have to come up with a strategy for this? I might go into the practice room and come up with a setup for this, which makes me sick. Hi, Baron. I'm busy looking at this video, okay? This is so bad. God, this is so bad. If this was in the shuffler, oh my god. Has anyone come up with the... Dude, is this... Dude, I'm gonna come up with the strategy for this, a setup, and then they're gonna put in an expert. There's no setup? There'll be a setup when I'm done with it. So, okay, are there any subtleties like knowing if you're on the right pixel? Like, well, at least... Okay, let's see. God. Instant wall jump morph. So it looks like if you see two pixels of his little antenna sticking out, then he's good, right? I feel like I can nail it right now. Is this bad? Isn't it just... This looks like a frame perfect freeze into a wall jump morph. The problem is this freeze seems horrible. Okay, I'm looking at these inputs real quick. I think it's too late. It's a nice clip. I'm surprised the frame. It's the It's because you have to stand up. It's the frame perfect one that you do in like the Machtroid clip. So it's like that. It's the specific pixel.
chose to first try it, Eddie. PLS stop throwing and do the free trick.
I could see the crumble, right? I think the crumble is something that still shows up. Oh wait. Oh, wait, wait, can I knock him down? I would assume that it's not doable. Well, maybe it is. Oh, that's so smart. I like that. If I knock him down, I'm pretty sure he'll just walk left, right? Wait, really? He will? So before he hits the ground, he'll just go back on the wall? He literally just Spider-Man's back on the wall? That's crazy if that's the case. What? Watch this freeze though. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I just wanted to illustrate the frame perfect freeze. Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like we can see. It looks like we can actually see where if we got the pixel right, because it looks like like two pixels of his like stick out, right? That's what it looks like. I have a limited number of supers, so. Okay. This actually doesn't seem like super bad. Oh. Yo, I got a super back. I'm gonna come up with a setup. Should I just go to the practice room right now? Come up with a setup, and then they're gonna move it down to expert, guaranteed. There's no way there's not a setup for this. I kind of came up with the setup for the perfect ice clip in the other one. The problem is there's just RNG. Bruh. Wait, I just realized he's not... Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no, he is. Never mind. Yeah. Expert with the setup. Okay, but what if the setup is really convoluted? Like my setup for Big Pink Ice Clip, which I came up with it and I can't even remember how to do it half the time. Lopter has to remind me. Expert plus now? Okay, fair. I have been complaining about that, like... I complain about that at least once a month. This seems like absolute hell. I don't think this is as bad as it looks. I just have to get a frame perfect freeze, right? It's just... You can practice for a frame perfect thing all you want.
Wrong way.
But if I were to come up with a setup, that would change things. Dude, if I could see this, I think you get 2 tries technically. But I can't see him, so that like sucks. Why did I kill him? Can someone explain to me why I chose to kill him right there? I should actually get better at R-jumping some stuff. Ow. Can you imagine though?
Nice throw.
Alright, am I going to the practice ROM and coming up with a setup so that this gets moved to Expert Plus from Insane? I come up with a setup and my stream. So if he's off frame, it's over, right? I actually have no idea. Alright, it might be time for the practice ROM. We're going to the practice ROM after this. We're gonna create a setup for this. This is it, isn't it? Didn't I have it? I thought I actually had it. Okay. It's time. Yeah, I thought that was the right one. So what did I do wrong? I thought I stood up and jumped. I have not done this. This is a good sign, yup. I thought this would have been good. Is that not good? So is this a frame late? This is probably a frame late, huh? I was really close. This was really close to working. No, a Keigo would not be what I want to do. So we're talking about getting something that's frame perfect consistent, right? So this is about specifically when you are getting hit, there is a moment you cannot shoot. So there is a window where I can buffer a shot out of it. That's why I'm getting this frame every single time. So this is a frame early, you're saying? So this is the right frame. Okay, I want to do enemies. Can I do enemies on top too? Let's see this. It's funny because I wish I could see which pixel I'm supposed to be on. So it's not this. This is too high. What's the right pixel? Oh, it's way higher up. Oh, it's way higher up. Oh, it's not even close. Oh, it's way higher up. Okay. So I gotta back up. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, hold on. We're getting a setup for this for sure. Really? I'm not calming Oates' match. Sorry, Techno. That's the pixel, right? God, I'm not gonna remember this. Oh! I don't actually have the bald spot anymore. It went away. Believe it or not. I don't have the bald spot anymore. I actually had a dermatologist appointment to look into it, but then it went away. Shoot. Okay. Expert Plus! Dude, I can't see! Can see extreme. Okay. So. Here's the idea, okay? When coming up with the pixel perfect setup, one of the things you can always rely on is the shot timer. If you hold down shot without charge, it goes blump, 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 blump. Watch. Blump, 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 blump. That's consistent. It's always the exact same frames. I come up with setups like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get hit by something, you can't shoot. When you get hit by something, you can't shoot immediately. Okay? So the moment you get hit by something, you can't shoot. So what that means is there's like a brief window, maybe like 5 frames or so, where you take the hit and you hold shot, right? That means when Samus is like, ah, you can't shoot, right? So that gives you a big window so that after you stop going, ah, you then start shooting. So the idea is just kind of stand on the right spot and test different stuff, so that when you get hit, you can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I just kind of adjusted basically to see where I could do that, because I noticed the third shot was close to it. So as long as my foot is sticking out slightly, I do angle, angle, crouch shot, angle, angle, crouch shot, angle, angle, crouch shot. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can nail it. It's not the easiest still. It's still kind of hard, but like... Probably should move it out of insane if this works. Oh, I didn't come from the same right side. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if I can nail it. Ow! Let's try again. That was a little weird. I think this shouldn't matter, but I think it's like kind of confusing me a little bit. Because I'm holding dash sometimes, and I imagine that affects things slightly if I try to do like a wall jump. Alright. I also have to check my footage and make sure I was I was outside by 1 pixel or 2. I think it was 1 pixel though. What? Bro! My shot needs to stop doing that!
Nice shot.
Nice throw.
I didn't realize that the shots were constantly going out that way. Hey, hey, go faster.
Nice throw.
Okay. What's over here? I'm not sure. I might have to revisit my setup again. Also, the timing on that hit is also kind of hard. But this is the same setup I use for something in extreme. But it's not as it's not consistent because it's dependent upon the Puyos. There it is. Okay.
Ooh,
Oh, hi, Yo! Alright, yo, time to do this against Oats in a weekly and make him crash out. And he just grinds these stupid things, sits in front of his computer for 16 hours. Baby seed reroll. Okay, so there we go. We got to set up now. We got to set up. Study the setup. Bro. That's too high. I already know what Norfair looks like because I got the Norfair map. Wait, I didn't. I don't know what Norfair looks like. Wait, I think I have to go in there. Wait, hold on. I think I'm supposed to go in there. No, I don't have to. Shoot, I should have checked Norfair. I literally thought that was this entrance. Yeah, make a YouTube short, yep. Holy cow. So I was 1 pixel early, and then I was 1 pixel late. There's a 2 pixel window. 3, I think, actually, with high jump. That's crazy that I keep missing this. I usually always first try this, too. What am I doing wrong? Okay, cool. Let's go over here and these are probably all supers, huh? Well, there's 2 X's. Okay, let's go get these X's and then I might raid out there. Sorry, chat, but I might literally raid out right after that. But I think it's pretty cool. I invented tech on the spot, right? We can appreciate that, can't we? Can we not appreciate that? Oh wait, I don't have to go here. Wait, I was supposed to go to Norfair. I totally was supposed to go to Norfair. I was definitely supposed to go to Norfair. Wild clip. Well, you know what? JCT, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm not responding to YouTube chat as much. Were you watching, Lily? Don't tell me. You appreciate it? Thanks, Dan. That does. Does that mean you're gonna go a little easier on me? On the shuffler, then? Because I swear you're always trying to kill me. Oh my god. I don't know how I feel about that sentence. Please stop giving me money, Eddie. Okay, it's not as simple as that, okay? Come on. Okay, let's see if I can get it one more time. I have high jump too. I should probably take this off. Nope. So I shot too early there. All right, is that where it is? Did you like check my VOD? How do you remember that? Did you check my VOD? Do you write this down somewhere? Snore? Are you writing this down somewhere? How do you remember? Smilers. Bro! I'm gonna get this one more time. And then we're gonna pause the timer. Please be enough. No! That's crazy if this works. Oh! Oh my, that's crazy that worked. I can't stress enough how crazy that is that worked.
Nice shot.
Okay, I gotta unclip some stuff. We gotta set up. Is it easy? No. But is it a setup that should be consistent if you get good enough at it? Yes. Okay, so that's why it does connect in that way. Alright, find me a save, please. Yeah, let's just move the trick to expert. Aussie! Move it to expert! Is there a moon dance here that's an expert? Is there a moon dance here that's an insane? Okay, bowling. Can I get through there with one tank? Hmm. So you're saying that X is in potentially... Oh, well. Who's ready for 2 missiles? I'm ready for 2 missiles. What are the odds this isn't 2 missiles? Wait, there's actually so much to do. I need a save. Could be a super. True! He's got the spoiler log! Mods! Mods. Okay. Eddie plays Factorio? I do not. Factorio? I don't know anything about it, but it seems like a game I would like. Does it not? Factorio is lit. Eh. Okay, so this is just a farm room. And this is the Ever room? It's a save! Chat, that's a save. That's a save. You know what that means? That means I'm ending my stream. I'm not even kidding. Hey, Eddie, what finger do you use for jump? My thumb. This thumb, right here. Shot, item select, run, jump. Item cancel. Up, left, down, right. L, R, LR. Select. Start. Most people jump with their legs. Okay, chat. For real though, I would love to keep streaming. However, I can't miss this. I can't miss this race. This is my next opponent. All right, Oats versus Aussie. Aussie's probably the favorite, but it's Oats. So yeah, we gotta go watch the race. Okay. So friends, I love you all. I won't be on tomorrow, but I will be on Friday. And the weekend, we have the whole shuffler, which you guys are ruining my life. But it's fun, so it's all good. Okay, sorry for the short stream. Peace out, friends. Yeah, I don't know, no raid message. Don't say anything about cheating. SG takes that serious. So you'll probably get banned or timed out if you do. Okay, bye. Love you all.